What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, look, we've been watching this little video of Pedro, Mr. Fabulous Pascal, dancing and gyrating with a rainbow-colored rod, which pretty much tells you everything you need to know about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, considering that this guy, all right, Pedro, this dude is the next big thing, the next lead character, all right, Mr. Fantastic himself, all right, Reed Richards, the smartest man in the universe. He's supposed to be carrying the Marvel Cinematic Universe rolling forward, and yeah, this ain't gonna get it done at all. But it's kind of like emblematic of where Marvel is at right now. They're all over the place. They don't have their shit together, and now we're getting the news. All right, you guys have probably seen this already. Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars have been pushed back. And why have they been pushed back? Because the MCU is a hot fucking mess. It is an absolute disaster zone going over there right now. All right, we've been talking about it, right? Remember, we've been discussing the Marvel 2025 slate, all right, and where things are at right now. Like I said on my scoreboard, I said this on the video yesterday. I got them at 0 for 4. So far, they are 0 for 4 for 2025, and Ironheart is up next. Ironheart is up next, all right? Ironheart, name dropping everybody up under the sun. Ryan Coogler, Robert Downey Jr. Ooh, how you like me now? Robert Downey Jr. gave me 2 thumbs up. What's up? Because she can't stand on her own 2 feet. This character is trash. This is next, all right? The iconic one with this iconic ass ratio, all right? 205,000 upvotes, 457,000 downvotes. This thing is almost to 500,000 downvotes. This is what's next, all right? So yeah, you can just go ahead and just mark that off. It's going to be 0 for 5. Then we move on to the Fabulous 4. It's going to be 0 for 6. And then nobody gives a shit about any of this crap down here at the bottom. People have pretty much checked out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that's why they're here, all right? That's why they say, yo, we just got to push it back. We got to push it back. We got to try to figure some things out to see if we can save what's left of this universe. Look, you're in the end game, right? You're literally in the end game of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, all right? You're well past the sell-by date. This thing was over 5-6 years ago. It's over, all right? Marvel, pull the plug, all right? You're done. You're done here. It's over. Stop trying to like keep beating this dead horse. You know, in fact, they honestly should just scrap both of these movies because they're about to throw $400-600 million into the furnace. That's what's about to happen. Nobody's going to rock with these movies. This whole corner of Marvel right now, this little shared universe shit where they're at right now, it's nobody cares about it. Nobody cares about it. They're really not going to care. I don't care how many, old school superheroes you drag back into this thing. This feels like it's just going to be a fucking mess. So they said, yeah, push it back. Let's see if we can fix some of the scripting. Let's see if we can actually make Dr. Doom make sense. Like he's showing up like out of nowhere. Like, I don't get it, man. But at the end of the day, this is why Marvel is where it's at. But yeah, let's go ahead and check this out because look, everybody's covering it right over here on Empire. Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars delayed to December of 26 and 2027. Let's check it out. A dreaded run from it, delays to a Marvel Studios production arrive all the same, and even the Russo brothers are not beyond the great leveler that is the slate reshuffle, which is why, though disappointing, it comes as no great surprise that Disney has announced Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars have both been bumped from their respective May 1st, 2026 and May 7, 2027 release dates. And also keep in mind that Doomsday was once upon a time called Avengers Kang Dynasty, and that was supposed to come out in 2025. So this is the second time that movie has been bumped. And then, consequently, Secret Wars also bumped. So they bumped 2 Avengers movies twice. You didn't get any of this shit back in the, the Infinity Saga, right? First 3 phases was running smooth. But see, all of the great directors and all of them people left, the great writers, everybody that they had working on them folks is gone. And what you have now is a bunch of DEI hacks. People that don't know what the hell is going on. They don't know the comics. They don't know the lore. And so what's ended up happening is they're making all kinds of fly by the seat of our pants decisions when it comes to these 2 Avengers movies. We've seen that throughout the entireties of phases 4 and 5. And so here's where we are now, where they just got to say, man, we just got to bump it back. We just got to bump it back. We can't throw $400-500 million at whatever the hell it is we got going right now. We need to retool the script. We need to think about what it is that we're doing because we're about to ruin our brand, right? They've already done that, honestly. They've already destroyed the Marvel brand as it was. So, yeah, it's a little bit too late for that. Instead, Doomsday is now set to hit cinemas on December 18, 2026, with Secret Wars due out in December of 2027. News of Doomsday and Secret Wars changed release plans broke late last night, as the House of Mouse revealed a significant reshuffling of its upcoming slate. Further eye-catching changes include the removal of a February 13, 2026 slated as yet unnamed Marvel movie, and the seeming removal of 2 untitled Marvel movies penciled for November 6 of 26 and November 5 of 27, whose slots are now being filled by untitled Disney movies. Yeah, again, doesn't this sound like a group of people that just are flying by the seat of their pants? Kind of reminds you guys of somebody, don't it? It kind of reminds you of something, don't it? Reminds you of Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm and how they're handling Star Wars. Everything is just like some weird ass decision. They're just making shit up as they go. All right. They have no firm grasp of the franchise anymore. They don't know what the audience is looking for. Like, what does our audience want? We don't know. We have no idea what our audience is looking for. Oh, let's just throw some shit up on the screen and hope it sticks. That's how you get a slate that looks like this. That's how you get this shit. All right. We're going to fuck Daredevil up. All right. We had an opportunity here. We fucked this up. We're going to fuck up the Fabulous Four because we're going to cast Pedro Pascal and we're going to make it about gender politics. We're going to throw the Ironheart series up finally. Nobody cares about this shit. Thunderbolts, whatever. Nobody gives a shit about Eyes of Wakanda or Wonder Man. Look, everything that they got going on right here is exactly the problem over there at Marvel. Marvel's in death spiral, you guys. Marvel is in absolutely a death spiral. It is over with. And listen, I'm never going to stop bringing this shit up either, okay? Because this is where the problems were really identified. This was back in 2022. I'm going to never stop bringing this up because it's the truth. This is the problem. That's always a red flag. After MCU's Phase 4 lackluster performance, Marvel exec makes bombshell revelation. MCU doesn't hire writers who are comic book fans. So yeah, we're not going to do what?
Listen to the fans.
We're not going to find writers who are comic book fans, who know the material, who know what works, who know what doesn't work. We're not going to hire those people. We're going to go out and hire a bunch of woke activists and let them write Marvel comics or let them write the MCU. That's what we're going to do. All right. We're going to go hire a bunch of people that want to push DEI, identity politics, feminism, all right? The MCU was born in this entire phase, and it's been nothing but a fucking disaster, and yet here we are. Now, I guess we got to have to bump back Doomsday and bump back Secret Wars, 2 movies that should have just been easy layups. Marvel, like I'm telling you, they're in a death spiral. You know they're in a death spiral when they're missing easy layups. When you're watching your team play, all right? Whatever your team is, regardless, in the sports analogy sense, if you're watching your team play and they're missing easy things, like they're missing shots, you know, they're dropping wide open passes, all right, ground balls, you know, to the second baseman just goes right through the second baseman's legs, you know it's over with, all right? Remember the Yankees? Sorry, Yankee fans. Remember the Yankees in Game 5 of the World Series? That's basically what you're watching right now. You're watching Marvel's doom spiral. You're watching Marvel's Yankees 5th inning, where these guys are just fucking everything up. They can't do nothing right at this point. They can't get nothing right. Yeah, like, look at this. Of all of which is to say that once Fantastic Four First Steps makes its theatrical landing on July 25, it will be over a year before the next MCU movie, July's 2026 SpiderMan Brand New Day. But is that the case? Because everything that we have heard, SpiderMan Brand New Day builds off of stuff that's supposed to happen in Doomsday. Remember, Spider-Man is supposed to come out after Doomsday. So are we going to get another Marvel movie? Are they going to rejigger that thing? All of this last minute, oh, we got to shift this, we got to do this, we got to do that. All of that is just signs of people that don't know what they're doing anymore. They have lost the plot. They've lost the audience. They've lost everything. They've lost control of their franchise. They're flying by the seat of their pants. They're hoping, they're crossing their fingers, and nothing's working. Nothing is working at all. Marvel is absolutely in a death spiral at this point. All right. And it says, and if we're being totally honest, we wouldn't be surprised to see Spidey's 4th outing thwip to another release date between now and then, especially if Marvel Studios' rejigged slate makes any script alterations necessary before shooting gets underway. We already know it does. At least that's what they've claimed. So we'll see what happens. But look, I mean, it's a disaster right now at this point, all right? And it's funny because, look, all of this is just stupid now, right? It just looks dumb. They don't know what they're doing. They can roll out some flashy stuff. Oh, look who's going to be in Doomsday. Oh, check out, look at all these chairs that we rolled out here. Isn't this awesome? Yeah, you can do all of this flashy stuff. You can jangle some keys at us, throw some names at us, make us think, oh, wow, well, oh, look, we're going to have Patrick Stewart. We're going to have Ian McKellen. We're going to have all of these Avengers, Kelsey Grammer, blah, blah, blah. All right, we're going to put all of these people in a movie. Yeah, but is the movie going to be any good? It seems like you guys have zero confidence in what you're doing right now. And the lack of confidence over there at Marvel is going to be lack of confidence with your fans as well. Nobody's trusting Marvel. Nobody trusts you guys. And now you're about to drop, what, $400-500 million into this movie, and then the movie afterwards, Secret Wars. You're sinking $1 billion probably, maybe even more than that, into 2 films, and you've built no equity with your fans at all. This is where we are right now with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, ladies and gentlemen. Once the bulletproof franchise of them all. Look, Robert Downey Jr. just sitting there like, fuck. I might have came back too early. Rob is like, damn, man, did I do the right thing? Did I make the right decision? You know, I hope so, man. Money, as long as the check clears, I'm good. You know, straight up. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Again, Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars, both getting bumped back. What does that mean for Spider-Man? You know, how much confidence do you have that bumping this back is going to get anything right? I have zero confidence in this company all the way around. None whatsoever. I think right now we're looking at pretty much the end game of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If they were smart, they would pull the plug and they would save what's left of their brand and maybe put everything on ice for about 3, 4, 5 years and come back stronger. Hire real writers, not woke activists. Get the characters right. You know, we have seen reboots of, you know, Batman and Spider-Man and all these various, you know, major characters. You can reboot the MCU. It's okay, Marvel. It's okay to reboot it. We've seen Spider-Man rebooted. We've seen Superman rebooted. We've seen characters get rebooted. It's okay to reboot the MCU and just start all over. All right, back to square one. Iron Man, we're redoing it. Nothing wrong with that, but just give it some time, right? That's all you got to do. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Go ahead, jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.